Welcome back, everybody, to Waadaplaya Concussion Sub Retired Herd Series, Day 2 at Edgbaston, which rained quite a lot, but we had some cricket, a lot to talk about, starting with Ravindra Jadeja century and then a record-breaking batting performance by Test skipper Bumrah, and then also a fantastic bowling performance by the Indians. To talk about it, who made a visit to Tunbridge Wells today, Sanjay Dubey. How was the visit to the 1983 World Cup venue?
It was fantastic. I thought that ground would be named Tunbridge Wells, but obviously when I did some more research, it's called the Neville Ground. And incidentally, that's the only ODI men's game that has been held at that venue. There was another women's ODI held in 1993, but nothing else before and after it. So yeah, quite a special day, and the ground hasn't changed at all as we've seen in the movie. So yeah, it's quite surreal to imagine that 40 years ago what might have happened. So yeah, it's
Excellent.
great.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for sharing the video. We absolutely loved it, and we were wondering as to how to get there, but you made it happen, which is fantastic. Now back to the test match at Edgbaston, and you mentioned that probably Birmingham took the entire UK's reign today. Uh, Starting with India performance, overnight Jadeja was not out for 70 odd something. He ended up making century, and Jasprit Bumrah scoring 36 runs of a Stuart Broad over. Ravi Shastri on commentary. I mean, what do you make out of India's performance? Like we said yesterday, no Tendulkar, no Ganguly, no Dravid, no Lakshman, no Sehwag. Overseas and without Kohli's much performance, we have 400 plus score.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yesterday you have to say that it was Pant's day. Jadeja, brilliant partnership with Pant, and obviously he worked with the tail to get 100, fabulous 100 at that. And today has to be Bumrah's day with the bat and the ball. I mean, if of all the people, Stuart Broad was the one 15 years apart. It was Yuvraj Singh. At least there was some merit to his batting, etc. But Bumrah, a number 11, number 10 at best, dishing out that treatment to to Stuart Broad was hilarious. I thought, and it just goes to show that the momentum was with the Indians, and there was a bit of luck as well. But I think India would take it with both hands, and it was a brilliant performance with the bat for Bumrah, and that sort of I think helped him kick on to have that brilliant bowling spell as well.
Yeah, from 98 for 5 to 417 any day, any day. And India is strong. But let's talk about Jasprit Bumrah. Batting, bowling, what about captaincy? I know very limited time. It is too early to judge, but he's had a dream start so far.
Absolutely, as I mentioned with the bat, and then I think whenever there's rain interruption, it always sort of helps the bowling side. So it is perfect for him to come back and bowl three different spells, and he bowled 10 overs in the first 21 overs of the innings, which I don't think has ever happened because Virat Kohli always uses him in short bursts, 4 overs here and there. But yeah, he picked up those three wickets, three crucial wickets, and then he was supported very well by Shami and in the end by Siraj. So I haven't obviously when things are going well, it's not the best time to judge a captain, but just his personal performance has been fantastic. I think the biggest decision he might have to make tomorrow is probably whether to enforce the follow on or not, if it happens that way, which I think is very likely.
And it's fascinating to see overcast conditions, 27 overs of play of England, all 27 overs by fast bowlers. Clearly, he is a thinking bowler. He's not going by a template of bringing Jadeja for 1 or 2 overs. I think it's fascinating times for Indian cricket. Time will tell. But let's talk about England. 84 for 5. Huge trouble. Joe Root did not get going. Openers did not get going. Again, Bumrah taking the top three. Uh, any stutters? Again, England look little cooked with the earlier series versus England. Is that making an impact, or is it just India's bowling is too good for this English batting?
I think Sid made the point yesterday that with those unbelievable performances and chases in the last two test matches or two of the three test matches, New Zealand was always one bowler short for one reason or the other. India is obviously five bowlers in, and with all the rain interruption, etc., and with 400 plus on board, I think it does play a part, and I think Indian bowling is definitely superior to the World Test champions New Zealand's. And today was a day where it was the real test of Baz and Ben Stokes's partnership in terms of what they want to do. I mean, the signs were there that this is going back to more traditional cricket, where 17 overs they were like 676, and the next 8 overs get 7 runs or so, and they start to lose a couple more wickets. Obviously, Johnny Bairstow is looking like a shadow of himself for the last two Test matches against New Zealand. How he was smoking everything and anything. So yeah, it is a real test, but you still cannot write them off because they have Ben Stokes and Johnny Bairstow. But I would be amazed if India doesn't get 150 plus lead on this.
Absolutely. And that crucial 70 odd runs by 9, 10, 11 batters will make the difference between Bumrah, Shami, and Siraj. But let's come to the star which got eclipsed, not Stuart Broad, Ravindra Jadeja. Uh, Third Test 100, first overseas. Again, like yesterday, we spoke about his selection. There were a lot of questions raised between Ashwin and Jadeja. Can we spend a little bit of time over there talking about his contributions? Otherwise, we would have not gotten to 417 today from Jadeja.
Absolutely. So yesterday, I mean, Rishabh Pant can play however he wants to, but he needs a partner at the other end. Jadeja, very solid, didn't look like getting out, and Rishabh Pant just played how he played. Jadeja obviously tried to rotate the strike, played like a proper test innings, as we would call it, and Pant got all the runs. 100 in England in any conditions is good, but when your side is 98 for 5, 96 for 5, and then you get that 100, it's all the more meaningful because that's when it's required. People in lower order batting for India have got hundreds in Indian conditions, but these were seaming conditions, and this is something which he's becoming more and more of a proper batter. I think that's where the comparison or the whether Ashwin or Jadeja should play, it's not a question anymore. Jadeja will play. You might see someone like Iyer getting dropped, but Jadeja just on his batting is going to play one way or the other. It's only a question whether Ashwin can play instead of having four fast bowlers. So someone like Shardul Thakur, who I don't know, he might be effective day 3, 4, 5, but with the bat and potential spinning conditions, whether Ashwin can make a bigger difference, we don't know. But absolutely brilliant performance. I think Jadeja's best suited format is Test cricket, and he's a phenomenal player. I think a lot of the wins in India has been due to his bowling in partnership with Ashwin, but a lot of these overseas victory, he's played so many crucial knocks. You look at that draw in Australia with his injury, etc. He did really well. The first signs came in 2014. I remember there was an innings at Lords. He got a 50 odd, very counter-attacking innings, and India won that game. And that was the only game where I think Ishant Sharma got 7 wickets. But the talent has been there. He's got triple hundreds in domestic cricket, so I think this is he's matured well enough, and I think he'll walk into any India side in Test cricket just based on his batting in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think the fourth and fifth day will tell about his bowling performance. Ashwin followers will be keenly watching Jadeja's performance. I do want to call out a couple of stats which are posted by Nick Savage. Right, Test batting average since July 2017. Ravindra Jadeja 46.7, David Warner 45.7. Test bowling average since July 2017. Jadeja 26.31, Mitchell Stark 26.98. So he's right up there, the Ashwin fan.
Just add what the batting average is between Virat and Ashwin as well. It's just, yeah, I mean, Jadeja has been phenomenal, as we mentioned. Yeah. I think a lot of these overseas victories and performances, and the fact that India has been able to go with 5 bowlers has been because of the rise of Jadeja, the batter. And I think that's just helped India, have more fresh fast bowlers at the times they need, and the burden is shared. And he does a reasonable job with the ball as well in overseas conditions. So yeah, as long as it works, I think people would be happy.
Absolutely, yes. So they say day 3 is the moving day in a Test match usually. So tomorrow is going to be crucial. Hopefully the weather holds up. Like Adi points out, should India be watchful and not get complacent with still Bairstow in the crease, Stokes, and Billings, or do you think India in firm control and we just need to get through the tail today tomorrow?
Well, as Adi's pointed out, just if you were to compare what India did with the bat, England's very in a very similar position, similar number of overs. So who knows, a counter-attacking innings from Bairstow and Ben Stokes. I remember Ben Stokes getting out, charging to one of the New Zealand bowlers in an innings against, I think it was Saudi or Bolt or Wagner probably. But if they play with that mindset, I think it'll probably be better for them. And I think that's where the Indian bowlers and the captaincy would be tested probably. But if a couple of wickets early, and I think this game is very much in the bag. We should bat again, in my opinion. Post another couple of 100 runs. Let's see whether they can chase 450, 500 on day 4 and 5. But I mean, as long as the weather holds up, I mean, these are really long days in England, so surely there must be a way to try and forget the rules for the paying public and for all the viewers and all the test cricket lovers like us. Just maybe have a delayed start rather than having a 10:30 start. Have a normal 11 o'clock start. The reason why they are having a 10:30 start is because they want to ensure there's more viewership for their other T20 format games, etc. But you could easily have another half an hour play on each day, and you'd be able to cover up for some of the overs being lost.
Beautiful. Excellent. So tomorrow is crucial day coming up for the test match. Thanks for joining in, Sanjay. I know you had a long day traveling to Tunbridge Wells, but appreciate your comments as usual. Adi, thanks for commenting and getting engaged. And folks who are watching, drop us a like, comment. That will encourage us to do more. We'll continue to bring more content. See you tomorrow for the moving day of India versus England, fifth test at Edgbaston. Thanks for watching and see you later.
Bye, guys. Thank you.